And I see this all the time. Like strong women, they out here bossing up every single day. I mean, these ladies, man, they running businesses, climbing corporate ladders. Like they handling life like champs, for real. But but some of these ladies come home, man, they don't feel safe enough to put their guard down. They don't feel safe enough to truly embrace the softness that they desire or that feminine energy. And then think about it on the other side of it. You got men just really sitting quiet in their own house, feeling like they lost their place or they feel like their voice don't even matter anymore. See, masculine and feminine energy, they're supposed to flow together. They're not supposed to fight for control. But in this day and age, it's like, man, we got so much past trauma and we got so much social media influence and that whole I don't need nobody, that culture. It's really just blurred the lines of feminine and masculine energy. So we out here calling ourselves kings and queens, but I promise you, man, that crown, it just don't sit right when that energy is off balance. So tonight, let's really just get into it. What does real balance between masculine and feminine energy look like in modern love? And like, how do men show up as leaders without ego? And how do women feel safe enough to be soft again? Because when we can get that energy right, I promise you, man, love gonna start hitting different for a lot of us. But let's get into it. You're now locked in with Elevate with Sage. I am your coach, your brother, your reminder that you were built for more. I am Sage. This experience, it's all about holistic growth, mind, body, soul. We're not playing by anybody's rules. We've been programmed long enough. Now it's time to break chains. It's time to grow through what we've been through. It's time to elevate. And hey, yo, before we tap out, make sure you follow Elevate with Sage on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. Lock in with the movement. New episodes every week. Healing your mind, body, and soul. Now run that volume up and let's get it. Yo, thank you so much for tuning back in with me. And like I always say, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here with your boy right now. And man, today we just kind of diving in on a topic I'm pretty sure everybody could probably, provide some kind of input on. We diving into like masculine and feminine energy. What are they? And so let's just jump right back on in it. So first of all, I just want to clarify. Like when I say masculine and feminine energy, I'm not talking about gender roles. I'm not talking about no old school stereotypes, man. I'm just really talking about energy, right? Masculine energy. Think about it. Masculine energy is structure. It's direction. Masculine energy is stability. It's the calm. It's that calm, steady presence that just screams out like, I got us, Feminine energy, it's flow. It's creativity. It's connection. It's that warmth that turns a house into a home. Man, think about it. The masculine, it'll build the foundation, okay? The feminine, it'll just decorate it with love. The masculine, if you want to put it into like terms we can visualize, just think of the masculine energy being like riverbanks. Okay, and then let's just say the feminine energy is the water that just flows through it. So when those two, when they move together, they work together, everything works. There's peace, there's attraction, there's harmony. But man, when that balance is off, that's when you just get a whole lot of tension. You get a lot of confusion and a constant power struggles. Man, it can just get all out of control, all out of whack. And right now, we're just seeing that everywhere. We seeing women, they being celebrated for being independent. And they should be. That strength is really beautiful. Like personally, I love it. But you look at some men, like they starting to believe that masculine energy is dangerous or unwanted. So everybody is just like they're second guessing themselves. So women saying, I don't need a man saying, then I'll just move solo. And now that trust is gone, like nobody's flowing. I mean, we forget that masculine and feminine energy, they aren't meant to be, in competition. They're not meant to compete. I mean, they're meant to complete each other, not compete against each other. But you need both of them for anything solid to last. So that's what we're gonna just dive in today, just how to restore that balance. Because when a man stands firm in his masculine energy and a woman feels safe enough to be feminine, everything changes. Like that love feels lighter. The connection, it can feel real again. Now let's talk about what's really, shaping everybody's, view these days, the way men and women move right now. And that's really social media. Every time you scroll, you see it. Women being told, boss up, telling them to get the bag, never depend on a man. And truth be told, I mean, that message came from a real place. Years of women having to survive on their own, raise kids alone, protect themselves when nobody else did. I mean, but that independent energy, it was just born out of survival. And it's powerful, but here's where it gets tricky. Like when a woman lives in that energy too long, it becomes her default. She's making moves, she's leading, she's providing, and when she needs a man, that switch, it just don't flip off. She's still in that I got it mode because that's what's kept her safe. All the time when she was doing it on her own, it kept her safe. So then you bring in a man who's trying to lead and he's trying to provide, he's trying to hold his masculine role. Now you got two people fighting for the same space. But that's when you start hearing all that, I don't need you. You don't listen. I'm not your employee. Oh, sorry, man. When I impersonate something or somebody, it just sounds weird. But this don't happen because a woman is angry. I mean, sometimes it's that she's tired. It's not that he's weak. It's that he feels unwanted. You know, that's just a clash. Like masculine energy versus masculine energy. That's exactly what's happening in a lot of these places. And the feminine energy, no, that's the part that's supposed to bring the softness, or it's supposed to bring the connection, the peace, and it just kind of gets lost in the smoke. But the truth is that most women, they don't want to carry that weight forever. They just don't feel safe enough to put it down. And most men, well, they want to dominate, if we being honest. I mean, they just want to lead without being punished for it. So the goal isn't to tell women to sit down or men to man up. The goal is to bring the energy back into balance so both sides can breathe again. Because when your woman feels safe, she softens. And when your man feels trusted, I mean, he'll step up. So that's the polarity that keeps the spark alive. All right, now let's flip it to a positive note. Let's talk about what happens when the balance is really restored. When masculine and feminine, they start moving in harmony again. See, a woman can boss up all day long. She can run her business. She can lead her team. She can stack her money, make big moves in her world. But that's her and her power. But when she comes home, she should be able to take that armor off. She should be able to feel safe enough to exhale, to be soft, man, to be seen, not just for what she does, but for who she is. And that's where a man comes in, because real masculine energy, it doesn't compete with her strength. It complements it. He's the one who says without words, you don't have to carry it all tonight. I got us. Man, it's not about control. Man, it's about covering. It's about leadership without ego. It's about protection without possession. A man walking in his masculine isn't trying to dominate his woman. He's creating space for her to rest. The best part about that is, like, when she feels safe enough to let go, man, that feminine energy, it'll start flowing again. Just think about it. Peace, nurture, affection, creativity. Like, it'll bring the warmth back into the relationship. So now you got two people that's moving as a team and not as opponents. Okay. He's grounded. And she's glowing. Okay. He's leading with purpose and she's flowing with trust. I mean, that's what real polarity looks like. That's what makes love magnetic. I mean, think about it. I mean, it's not about money. It's not about titles. It's about the energy that just says, like, I got me, but I also got you. That's partnership. That's real deal partnership. Now, fellas, let's just talk about us for a minute. All right. Because a lot of men, they say they want to be respected as the man of the house. But respect is not a title. That's where we messing up at. It's not a title. It's a pattern. You earn your respect by how you move. I mean, not by what you demand. Like if you really want to walk in your masculine, all right, here's where it starts. Bro, take full ownership of your life. For one, stop blaming other people for what went wrong in your life. Your past, your parents, your ex. Accountability, that's your first step into manhood. A woman respects a man who can say, yo, that's on me. I'll fix it. Not because you're perfect. Not because you're perfect at all, but because you're responsible. So be consistent. Don't be conditional. Like masculine energy, for real. It's about being steady, man. Like anybody can show up at once, but can you show up every single day? Like if you say you're gonna do something, do it. I mean, that consistency, that's what builds safety. And safety builds, guess what? Trust. It builds trust. So let's lead with vision and not control. And a lot of people, man, they don't really understand this. Like leadership, it ain't even about just barking out a bunch of orders and just bossing people around or demanding submission. You know, it's painting a picture of where y'all going and inviting her to walk beside you. A real man just doesn't say like, do what I say. He says, he might say something like, man, look, here's where we heading. I got the map. Let's move together. I mean, man, like think about it. You don't want to be that demanding asshole, man. Like be that suave guy, that distinguished gentleman, that man that embodies his masculine energy. And control your emotions. Don't suppress them. Like masculine presence is just really calming the chaos, bro. Like it's knowing how to breathe when things get heated instead of popping off at the mouth and saying something you don't mean, right? And a woman can't trust your leadership if you fold under pressure every time it's a storm. Like every time it's a problem, you blow up because you can't handle, you know what I'm saying? Like the pressure of reality. Like you don't have to be stoic all the time either. You know, just be stable. Just be stable. And just think about it. Protect and provide, you know, beyond the money. Yeah, like finances do matter. And I'm not going to say they don't. But protection, it also means emotional safety. So if you can provide peace, not just paychecks, ask her, like, shit, what can I take off your plate this week? That's masculine energy too, for real. So keep a purpose outside of your relationship. You know, your woman shouldn't be your only motivation. She shouldn't be the only thing you work towards, you know, like having a good balance with. Like she should be your inspiration, but your purpose is your compass. So when a man has direction, like everything else aligns around that. This is not about perfection. Like you're gonna stumble, you're gonna fall, but masculine energy is all about getting up every single time and saying, look, I'm still standing. I'm still leading. Women don't need like the perfect man. Real talk. They don't need you to be perfect, but they do need you to be present. All right. Because like to be honest, when you grounded, man, she can feel safe enough to be soft. That's when the balance really starts shifting back. All right, man. Let's just talk about something real. Trauma. So let's be honest, man. Some men, they just really don't trust women just because of what they've been through. And some women, they don't trust men for the same reason. I mean, we talk about masculine and we talk about feminine energy like it's supposed to flow, but to be honest, most of us, we're trying to love like while we're still protecting our old wounds, right? A man, man, honestly, a man that's been cheated on, man, and he done been disrespected or abandoned, man, he might want to lead, but deep down, he's scared to be vulnerable. So instead of leading with love, I mean, he'll lead with control. He'll put up walls and he won't, build a foundation. And a woman that's been lied to, she been left, she may have been mistreated, like really bad. She might want to trust a man. She might want to. And her guard is like really high. But man, she's been her own protector for so long, she don't even know how to let somebody else in. So she says she wants to rest in her feminine energy, but she don't feel safe enough to do it. So that's the truth nobody really want to admit. Like, it's not that men don't want to lead or that women don't want to trust. It's the pain it's just the pain got them both in defensive mode, right? So now you got two people trying to build some love behind emotional walls. Like, he's protecting his pride and she's protecting her peace, and neither one realized that the past is still running the show. Like, the past is still in control. Like, that's why I say, like, before you try to play a role, you gotta heal. Man, because until you face that pain and find that peace, I mean, you just gonna keep on projecting those issues that's holding you back. You're gonna keep projecting that trauma, right? So, like, you'll make your current partner pay for what the last partner did. And that's not fair. So, for men, I feel like you need to heal enough to lead without fear. And for the ladies, like, heal enough to trust without pain, because yin and yang, it can't move when both sides are holding on to old stories. Once you start healing, like, the balance naturally starts to restore itself. You stop trying to dominate and you just start to flow. That's where love actually begins. All right. So how do we bring this all back into balance? So first thing, man, you can never restore what you want to acknowledge. You got to admit that something is off, man. Like, the way you've been loving, the way you've been protecting, and the way you've been connecting, it's just not working. So both people, when they can be honest, both people can be honest about that, like, healing can actually begin. Second, rebuild trust through consistency and not promises. Trust don't come from words. Trust come from patterns. Trust come from action. Real talk. So if you the one that broke that trust, rebuild it slowly. And if your partner broke that trust, and don't punish them forever. Just pay attention to who they are now. Like, every day, you show up with honesty, presence, and peace. You're restoring that polarity back brick by brick. Third, man, stay in your lane of energy. So men lead with strength and stability, not control. Women lead with grace and intuition, not with defense. You're not supposed to compete. Y'all supposed to complement each other. You're supposed to be on the same team. So practice forgiveness, man, even when you're still healing. Because if you keep on rehearsing pain, like, you'll never feel safe enough to love again. Like, forgiveness doesn't mean that you gotta forget it. It don't. It just means, like, freeing yourself from carrying that story into your next season. Like, I promise you, man, forgiving yourself, forgiving somebody else is some of the best, one of the best things you can do. I promise you that. And last, man, remember, yin and yang, it's not about perfection. It's about flow. Sometimes one of you gotta carry more. Sometimes the other one has to carry more. But when both are moving with love, you find that rhythm again. See, the goal is not to go back to the old school roles. Nah, the goal is to create a new balance, where both people can stand in front of their power and rest in each other's peace. I mean, that's what modern love should feel like. Safety, respect, attraction, and teamwork. At the end of the day, masculine and feminine, they aren't labels. They're energies that need each other. Masculine says, I got us. Feminine says, I trust you. And listen, when both of those energies, they come together, that's when love stops surviving, and that's when it starts to thrive. All right, man. So as we wrap this up, I really want you to truly sit with this, right? The world, the world is loud right now. Man. Everybody fighting to be heard. Man, to be honest, like, everybody fighting to be seen. Everybody fighting to be right. But real power is not in the noise. Real power, in my opinion, is in the balance. Like masculine and feminine energy, like I said earlier in this episode, they were never meant to compete. They were meant to create. Like they were meant to heal. They were meant to move together like rhythm and melody, like two different notes on one song. So wherever you are right now, whether you're healing, rebuilding, or just trying to figure it out, like be honest with yourself and start with balance. Like men, like be grounded enough to lead with peace. Women, be free enough to love without fear, because the moment both sides choose peace over pride, like that love, it'll get its power back. I mean, this is how we elevate. Not by being perfect, but by being present. Not by demanding balance, but by becoming balance. You've been tuned in with Elevate with Sage. If this episode spoke to you, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. And remember, healing starts where honesty begins. So keep growing, keep flowing, and keep walking in alignment. Until next time, love, peace, happiness, elevation. Hey, you just tapped into another elevation. Real talk. Man, it takes courage to face yourself. It takes courage to grow and to unlearn and to rise again. So if you made it this far, that means you're built different. You're healing, you're elevating, you're becoming you again. So if today's message hit home, share it with your tribe. Somebody out there needs this energy too. Follow Elevate with Sage everywhere. Stay locked in, stay inspired, and stay true. I'm your coach, Sage, reminding you, healed, it don't mean perfect. It means you kept showing up. Now go be great, go be grounded, and whatever you do, don't stop elevating.